It's the luck of the Irish, man. Not that I'm Irish, but the other day I was mucking around with my little yellow boat, and I was thinking to myself, when I first looked at that section, after I made that video the other day, I thought to myself, man, it's a shame that I sold the Knowledge 22, that yellow one I had earlier in the year, because, God, that would be perfect for taking things across and for getting back and forth to Cowell. And then that night, you wouldn't believe my luck, I looked on TradeMe and there was a Knowledge 22, cheap, and I rang the guy and I said, I'll have that. But it was a big mission to get it. I had to go, I had a caravan to deliver, so I left Mangawai at 6 o'clock in the morning on Sunday, and I drove to Whitianga, which is, I don't know, quite a few k's, and I got there at 11 o'clock, delivered the caravan. Then I drove right down the country, like right down the island through Taupo to Napier. I spent a night in Napier, and then I went all the way to Waipukurau, another hour, and then picked up the boat and then drove all the way home yesterday. But man, was it worth it. Look at what I got. So it's pretty good. It needs a clean up, but that's about all. And you wouldn't believe it had a little 7.5 old Johnson with it. And at first glance I thought, oh yeah, but I just had a tinker with it, and a tanker got it going and put it in gear and it runs. And if it was just a motorboat, nah, but on a sailboat like this, I feel a little bit more relaxed about having an older motor because I could sail it. If it was on the yellow boat, I'd want a brand new motor because it's only a motorboat, or as I was going to use it. So I wouldn't, you've got to have it ultra reliable. But on a Knowledge 22, for the motor craps out, we can always sail. This is such a good sailboat. So I'm just going to show you a couple of things. So my plan now is to sell the little yellow boat. So if you're watching this and you watch my previous video on that really, really cool little boat I bought, by all means buy it. I put it on TradeMe just before and on Facebook for $1,200. And it's a fair price. I've spent like quite a few hours. I did all the decks and I just painted last week the whole inside. So it's looking pretty good. It's pretty simple. And you watch the previous video. Anyway, today's about the Knowledge. And there's going to be a couple of things to do to it. Because one thing I've found in the past, I don't know what your experience is, but I hate these rudders. They never seem to stay down for me. I know they should lock in place, but I've never had much luck keeping them in place. I know I'm probably doing something wrong, but as it turned out with the yellow boat, it had it's got this, and the tiller and the board. So I'm going to change the rudder because I want a daggerboard rudder. I just like them. I find they're reliable, and that's what I like. So I'm going to change that. I'm going to do that now. But the inside, it's all just a clean-up. Like I'll, I don't know, probably this week, spend a whole day on it, detailing it, and, like it's one of the, hey mate, it's one of the best scores I've ever got, really. This is just a clean-up. The roof's a little bit, I might, water blast the whole outside and the inside, get rid of all that paint that's, I don't know if I'll necessarily repaint it, but just get rid of all the loose paint because it looks awful. It looks like you're living in a bloody horror movie or something. But they got a good double bed. And it's just a lot better than the yellow boat for me for a number of reasons. One, it's got the outboard well. So, plus I can sail it. It's all set up for sailing. And that makes me less dependent on the motor. Plus, the big thing this is big enough to transport wood in. Because I can put, if I'm just motoring, I can put wood and cement. Like, imagine all the piles. I can put like half a dozen around the cabin, maybe even 10, and then 10 bags of cement for a load. And it'll be bulked down, but motoring across will be fine. And the other thing is it's going to be a lot less weather dependent with this boat. It's a bit bigger. Knowledge 22s is terrific. Bad weather boat. As far as sailors go, they've got the best reputation in bad weather. It's funny, man, because... Oh, and also plywood, I can see that with this rail, I could put plywood across here and motor out like that. It's only 4 kilometres to motor out. So this is a big score, man. It's funny how life can just smile on you some days because I was just that day after I made that last video of the yellow boat, I was thinking, man, it'd be nice to have a knowledge 22 at the moment. But, you know, with building and that, it was kind of out of the question financially. But this thing come up, well, I could afford it with bloody pocket money. I was like, yee-haw, man, it was cheap. I don't want to say how much because it's embarrassing, but it was a great buy and cleaned up, you know. These people would have been their son that had pretty much left it in their yard. And, you know, as these things go, you get busy with your life and kids and making a living, and you know, you think, well, I'm not going to do anything with that boat anytime soon. And then finally your parents get the pick with it and put it on trade and sell it to me, which is just a score. There'll be a question about the centreboard, there always is. But judging by everything else, you know, like, and this is, I mean, this is a big step up from the yellow boat. I'll be living like in a hotel out at Kawau on this. Also, it can go into the shallows. I think one thing that I am a little bit sort of scratching my head about is that mooring I bought at Algiers Bay. Sort of think to myself, I don't really need it now. But, you know, one day I might want a little keeler, so I might rent it. If you're after renting a mooring at Algiers Bay, give us a whistle. I might stick that on Facebook actually today and on Marketplace. But anyway, I'm going to clean this up over the next week, stick it in the water, do some sailing it, and then start using it at Kawau. Good score. Quite chuffed. And my car towed this home like it was nothing. You know, like it was no problem at all towing it home and no problem towing the caravan, which is good. Anyway, I won't bore you to death. I've been doing a lot of that. I'm going to get on with cleaning this. If you want to buy that little yellow boat, it's a great little thing. Great little thing. It'll be perfect if you just want to putt round the harbour or putt here and there, put an 8-horse on the back. That's what I was going to do. That's what the previous owner did in the Kaipara. He said he putted about 20 k's each way. And you can probably only do 5, 6, 7 knots, but hey, if you're just putting around, think of it as a little launch. If you want to sail it, you're gonna have to. Well, you probably have to get a rudder for it now, and you're probably gonna have. There's a mast and a boom there. I think there's a sail for it, but only a main, I think. But you'd have to do a centerboard. It doesn't have a centerboard, and that'll be the main thing. So, or you could just use it. I painted the inside. It's already. Watch the previous video. You can really see it. I did 2 more coats of paint on that interior after that. All the people driving past are like, geez, Jason's more loony than I thought. Oh well. Anyway, I hope you're good. Bye.